This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel today, and I have a really spicy deck profile for you guys today. So we're gonna go ahead and do a hero deck profile, and we're gonna go ahead and do our man Jaden Yugi justice. You don't want to miss it. It's just gonna be a regular hero deck profile. I will be coming out with a Neos profile as well soon, so stick around for that. And without further ado, let's begin. All right guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start out with the monsters. So here, obviously we gotta start out with our man Stratos. I like to run him at 3. He is the searcher of the deck. So Stratos, you know, when he's summoned, you guys get to go ahead and search for any hero card in the archetype. So he definitely starts your plays. You definitely need to run him at 3. I see people run him at 2. That's fine. I like to run him at 3. We're gonna go ahead and continue with the heroes. We're gonna go ahead and do 1 Liquid Soldier, 1 Shadow Mist, and the Neos. So with this, I like to go ahead and run the 1 Liquid. You don't need, you know, more than 1. He's just there to draw when he is used for fusion. When this card is sent, the Shadow Mist, when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to go ahead and search for any hero as well. And then when he's special summoned, you get to go ahead and add the Quick Play Mass Change card, which is an extender and also allows you to have your mass hero plays. And then we have the hero, Neos. He is here for the Shining Neos Wingman, which is another disruption on your opponent's turn. I can go ahead and go over that when we get to it. So that would be it for the elemental side of the hero lineup. We also run the 3 Ferris. Standard, you discard a hero card from your hand, and then you get to go ahead and special summon it. Then it allows you to go ahead and set 2 increase to the one increase to the a spell and trap card zone from your deck. I run 2. I don't like to draw the 1 of if I'm running 1 and then I don't have access to this line. This line is very important to all of your combos. It allows you to go into Valiant, and Valiant is the depolymerization searcher. So you definitely need to have access to this line. It opens up a lot of other plays for you. So I know some people are just running the 1 and hoping not to brick on it, but if I do open that 1, it cripples your plays for that game, and it's pretty much an auto lose. So you're auto losing to yourself essentially. I don't like to do that. I like to give myself, you know, the other option. If I do grab 1 in my starting hand, I like to go ahead and have another 1 in deck so I don't draw it. We are gonna go ahead and run obviously the 2 Mali with the 1 Denier, and then I also run the 1 Plasma. I don't have the Dark Angel main decked. It doesn't do a whole lot, you know, going first or in game 1 really. I do have it in the side though. I'm not going to show my side deck. You know, side deck is really just what you guys, you know, are encountering in your local meta. I'm just going to go ahead and just do the profile of the deck and the extra deck. But yeah, so this is the normal Destiny hero lineup. You have the 2 Malicious. You get 1 in graveyard. You can banish it to summon another 1 from the deck. This is like your 3rd Malicious. It'll recycle 1 from banish back into the deck, and then you get to activate the other 1. So it just loops it. So as if you had 3. And then this is the Plasma. It is the skill drain, the 1-sided skill drain. It's really, really powerful. Some decks can't out it. So it comes in clutch in certain matchups. That is the in-engine monsters. We're gonna go ahead and go for in-engine spell cards. You do run the 3 Hero Lives. This card is insane. It's an E-Telly if you don't have a hero on your field, and at the cost of just paying half your life points. That is a cost I will always pay to start my plays. It's really, really good. Of course, we have to run the 3 Fusion Destinies. This is a awesome card to get into your DPE. You send the materials from your deck to the grave, and there you have DPE. So that card is busted. We have the two mass chains, one poly, one fusion. So let's go ahead and go over the mass change first. So I run 2 mass change. I see people running 1, 2, run 1 or 2, but I run 2. So in case I am not able to special summon the Shadow Mist and I draw 1 off of liquid, or even if I have it in my starting hand, it always comes up because the Dark Law is insane. It's the reason why Arise Heart was banned, because it has that effect where anything that gets sent to the graveyard is banished instead. That is a floodgate on legs, and it cripples most decks. Most decks are not able to combat that. So having that option to have Dark Law on your board is always something that I'm going to go ahead and have access to because I run the 2. We have the 1 poly. It's a fusion deck. You have to have poly in your deck to fusion. And then we have the Miracle Fusion that you search off of Sunrise. This card is really good. Sometimes when I search it, I like to even hold it for like the crackback. If my opponent was able to break my board, I have this as an extra play. So we also have the 1 Foolish Burial and the 1 Reinforcement of the Army. These cards are good. This searches. This one sends your Shadow Mist, which also searches, or it can send a Mali from your deck to the graveyard. So it can also start plays in different ways. So that is the in archetype spell cards. Now, the reason why I am running the Foolish Burial and not like the emergency calls is Droll. Droll's in the format, so I don't want to search with emergency call and then get Drolled, and then I can't even use my Stratos to search because I searched that off of e-call. So this just starts a whole bunch of plays. So if I'm trying not to play into Droll, I can go ahead and just send the Mali and special summon and do other plays. So it's a little bit more versatile, and it does essentially the same thing if you send the Shadow Mist to search. So not really missing the e-calls much. The 1 in archetype trap card that you run is the Favorite Contact. This card is what you search off of the new Flame Wingman. This card is insane because it essentially is a disruption on your opponent's turn. You get to special summon the Shining Neo's Wingman, sorry. And that card, it gets like maybe 2-3 pops on your opponent's turn alone. So this card is insane. So what it does is you return monsters from your, what does it say? Sorry, hang on one second. From among your hand, field, graveyard, or banished. So you get to fusion summon by cards from your hand, field, banished, or your graveyard, return them to the deck, and then you essentially fusion summon that monster. Yeah, so it's a really good trap card. It's a 1 of. You don't really want to brick on it, so you search it during the combo. So 1 is fine. We're gonna go ahead and go over the trap cards now. We have the 3 Ash. Ash is just it's not insane, but it covers a lot, so you have to run it. It's just so versatile against so many matchups. It's definitely gonna get used. We also have the 3 Imperm. Imperm is like the best hand trap this format. It doesn't turn on triple tactics talents. It doesn't turn on thrust. It stops your opponent. It negates their effects. So yeah, it's really good. And we also, for board breaking purposes, we do run the Forbidden Droplet. This card is insane because it gets you like your Mallies in the graveyard. It gets your Shadow Mist in the graveyard. Things like that. So it's really, you're negating your opponent's field, but also plusing at the same time in a way. So it doesn't really hurt you to discard much. So this card I find is better than Dark Ruler because heroes are an OTK deck. So you want to kill your opponent in 1 turn. So you don't want to have the Dark Ruler in your deck because that stops you from inflicting damage to your opponent. Next, we're going to go over the extra deck, and this is quite standard, I think. But there is a little flex spot that I have, and I'm going to give you guys options for that flex spot. So we run the 2 extra hero Cross Crusader. This card is just integral to the combo, but you run 2 of these. You run 1 of the extra hero Infernal Devicer. This is what you search and get the Neos from your deck by using this guy. We have the extra hero Wonder Driver. It just recycles your fusion spells when something is special summoned to a link that it points to. So that is the link monsters that we run for the hero package. We also have the elemental hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. We have the elemental hero Sunrise, the elemental hero Absolute Zero. We have the Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, and we have the elemental hero Shining Neos Wingman. So this card is insane. This is what you start your plays with. So you summon this by using Poly with your Neos and Liquid Soldier preferably. So you can kind of chain block. So you can get this, you can do this chain link 1, search your fusion contact. Or actually no, you want to go ahead and do Liquid Soldier chain link 1, this chain link 2, search your favorite contact, then draw 2 and discard 1. So you do get a lot of advantage off of that. This you can send this to the graveyard to summon this from this effect. So this is going to special summon, and when it's summoned, you get to search for a Miracle Fusion. So this combo is insane because you're getting 4 cards out of your deck, which is really good. The Ab Zero, you have to use it in order to break boards, and then the Wake Up Your Hero. This card is really good. I don't really use it much, but I mean it's there. And then we have the Shining Neos Wingman, which is insane. So this guy, let me go ahead and read it for you guys. So gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. That's monster, not even counting heroes. It counts hand traps like Ash and stuff like that. Also, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card is special summoned, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of different attributes among the monsters on the field. So it counts both fields' attributes, and how many are different, you get to pop that many monsters on the field. And then, if this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So this card does so much. It's so cracked, but you know, that's what makes this deck. These 2 new cards made the extra deck so much better. So that was the elemental heroes. Let's go ahead and go over the mass heroes. We run the 2 Dark Law with the 1 mass hero Blast. So Dark Law, like I said, is a walking floodgate. Anything that's sent from your opponent's field to the graveyard is banished instead. And this card here is the Blast. This is what you can go ahead, like if you summoned a Stratos, your opponent activates like an Imperm or something like that, you can activate Mass Change from your hand using the Stratos to summon this. So your Stratos effect will still go through because the Imperm has to target the monster, and because it's no longer on the field, its effect will resolve. So you know, these are just standard mass hero cards there. We also run, obviously you have to run DP if you're going to play a hero deck. DPE is really good. We also run the Vision Hero Trinity. For OTKing, I'm actually going, I find myself going into this more than I would the Wake Up. Like this one, I think it OTKs way better than the Wake Up would. But I still run the Wake Up just, you know, for combos if I need to go ahead and do a combo with it. But this card is nice. On a turn that it's summoned, you can go ahead and double its attack. So it's already 25. So when it gets doubled, it's going to be 5,000. It can attack your opponent's monsters each once. So let's say they have a board of like 3 monsters and they're all in attack mode. You get to attack each one of them for 5,000 each. So this at times is an OTK right there. The only downside is that it can't attack directly, which it would have been busted if it could. So you have those cards in your extra deck. Now the last spot that I have, so this is the 15th spot, and I'm always up in the air with this. I have these cards flexing in there, so at times I rotate them out. I do like Dangerous because if you have no other play, you can start your play with this. I do like using the Mass Change on the Absolute Zero, so you do get the monster destruction with the back row destruction as well. So you know this comes up against like the Labyrinth matchup and things like that. And we also have the Destiny Hero Dystopia. Dystopia is good in time, so I may just go ahead and side this and then kind of, you know, play around with these cards here as my 15th slot in the extra deck. So like I said, I'm not going to go ahead and show the side deck much, but you guys can go ahead and tailor that according to what's in your local meta at your local tournaments and stuff like that. Stay tuned for some more content coming soon, guys. This is Brandon Lorian signing out, and remember, this is the way.